everybody. This is Hanshaw. Appreciate you all tuning in today to our program. I want to make a show today. I've never really made a show like this one. I want to make a show today about my diagnosis of muscular dystrophy from the standpoint of when I first was diagnosed 34 years ago. So the title of today's show is I was just diagnosed with facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy. Now what? I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. This is for you, boys and girls, men and women, who have recently been diagnosed with FSH MD. Now, as I stated, excuse me, I've had it 34 years. Along with that came the COPD due to the weakened muscles around my lung area in 2009. So what do you have to look forward to? What is the progression of the FSH MD? Well, it depends on each individual. Everybody's different. No one is the same. But I will tell you this, that your life just changed for the worse. You don't want to hear a doctor give you any type of diagnosis with the words muscular dystrophy associated with it. Because I'm going to illustrate my arm. I have my t-shirt on. My arm here is that little. My other arm is the same way. My legs, I'm in a wheelchair, permanent. I've not walked in over 8.5 years. So in 34 years, I went from being an athlete, playing football, basketball with my brothers, riding bicycles, hiking, fishing, whatever. I was a normal kid until I was 14 years old. And then my left leg started going out from underneath me. I'd fall down. Then it went to my left arm, right leg, right arm. Now this year's been a very trying year for me because I just discovered a couple, 3 months ago that at this point in the journey, I'm now losing my core muscles, and it causes me a lot of pain. The way I have to sit in this wheelchair, when I lay down in the bed, I'm in pain regardless if I sit or lay down. Very difficult to sleep. So what do you have to look forward to in your journey? Well, I have known certain individuals with facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy to never be in a wheelchair. My grandfather had it, and he walked until shortly before he died. He was affected primarily in his arms and shoulders, and that was about it. Now, your journey is going to be different than mine and everybody else's, because like I said, we're all different. But what you will have to face, regardless of how serious your condition progresses or how quickly it progresses, you will deal with muscle deterioration of some form or the other. You will experience muscle deterioration in your arms, in your chest, in your shoulder blade area, somewhat in your hands. My hands will not straighten out. That's as straight as I can get them. You will experience rejection from society. When I used to walk, I had a limp. I wore a brace for about 3 years during my last 3 years of high school. And there are people that would make fun of me and mock me doing that, adults and children alike. So you will experience that from society. You will experience possibly huge financial setbacks due to maybe not being able to work, or if you are able to work, maybe not being able to work a full-time job. Because one of the primary symptoms of the FSH MD is fatigue. And I've learned to cope and deal with it all these years. Fatigue is a big factor in the FSH MD. I will tell you this, that as long as you are able, physically capable of doing things, do them now. Don't wait. If you're still walking and you want to go on a hike, do it. Do everything now that you may not be able to do later. My life now is very restricted. I'm not able to stay in a motel room, for example, because I can't use the restrooms. The restroom here in my home has a soft commode seat, which, to be quite honest with you, that's even becoming painful to use. And I've not been able to use a hard commode seat in years because of the excruciating pain that it causes on my hip area with the bone, the lack of muscle, the lack of padding, and the pain and the tendons and the nerve endings and all of that. So if you like to travel, do it now. If you like to hike, fish, hunt, engage in some kind of sports that you're still maybe able to engage in, do it now. And I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but I'm a realist. And I'm telling you that in my case, this has not been a fun journey. It's been a very hellish, hard, difficult, stressful, painful journey. And it's made me, some people say, to be a hard, shelled individual. Whatever the case, I am who I am. But my advice to you is, don't let this stress you out. Take it one day at a time. Don't overthink things. And don't let things get to you. Speaking of a hard shell, you have to develop a very hard shell to deal with this. Because in the last 34 years, I've seen my body deflate, my muscles and my body deflate like a balloon. And not a fun thing to watch your body deteriorate right in front of your eyes, and there's nothing that can be done about it. I call muscular dystrophy the slowest form of cancer known to man. So that's all I've got. Hope this video helps you. If you like this video, comment on it. Let me hear your story. We'll talk to y'all later on. Bye-bye.